Waking up tired, foggy, or anxious, even after 8 hours in bed, is a common frustration for many adults. It's not always about staying up too late or having a busy schedule. Often, it's because your brain never fully shuts down. Thoughts keep spinning, your mind feels busy, and sleep never feels completely restorative. This isn't necessarily a sign of aging gone wrong. Instead, it reflects how our neurons respond to chemical signals in the brain. Over time, certain natural compounds that help calm the nervous system decrease. One amino acid, glycine, plays a critical role in helping neurons slow down and enter restorative sleep. When levels drop, even quiet nights can feel restless, and mornings can feel hazy rather than alert. Understanding this simple chemical shift can help explain why your sleep doesn't always feel refreshing. Glycine, the brain's natural off switch. Glycine is an amino acid with a remarkable ability to calm overactive neurons. Think of it as a gentle signal that tells the brain, it's time to slow down. In younger adults, glycine naturally helps regulate sleep, memory consolidation, and emotional balance. But as we age, our bodies produce less of it, leaving the brain in a state of mild overdrive. When neurons are overactive, it can feel like your thoughts are spinning, leaving you restless or anxious even while lying still. Research shows that supplementing glycine, or consuming it through certain foods, can help restore this balance. It doesn't sedate or overwhelm the brain. It simply supports its natural rhythm, creating the conditions necessary for deeper, more restorative sleep, improved memory, and clearer thinking the next day. Gelatin cubes, a simple nighttime ally. One of the easiest ways to increase glycine is through gelatin. Often overlooked, gelatin is found in simple foods you might already have at home. Made by slowly cooking collagen-rich parts of animals, like bones, skin, and connective tissue, gelatin is naturally packed with glycine. Its soft, wiggly texture might look like a simple dessert, but it offers powerful brain benefits. Eating a small serving of plain gelatin cubes 30 to 60 minutes before bed allows your nervous system to receive a gentle dose of glycine, helping neurons relax and prepare for sleep. Studies show that glycine not only supports deeper sleep, but also improves cognitive clarity the next morning. For older adults, even a modest half cup of gelatin can make a meaningful difference in the way the brain rests and restores overnight. How glycine works in the brain. Glycine operates as a chemical messenger, regulating how neurons communicate with each other. It binds to NMDA receptors, which act like gates controlling the flow of excitatory signals in the brain. When these gates are overly active, neurons become overstimulated, resulting in restlessness, anxiety, and mental fatigue. Glycine helps calm this activity, gently closing the gates and allowing the nervous system to enter a state of rest. This quiet, balanced state is essential for slow-wave sleep, the stage where the brain clears out toxins, repairs neural pathways, and consolidates memories. Especially for older adults, maintaining this rhythm is vital. Without it, sleep may feel long but not restorative. Introducing glycine through foods like gelatin can create the conditions needed for both physical and cognitive repair while you rest. Japanese research supports glycine for sleep. A 2022 study in Japan explored glycine supplementation in older adults. Participants who consumed glycine before bedtime experienced improved sleep quality and felt more alert the following morning. Importantly, this wasn't about taking pharmaceutical sedatives. It was about providing the brain with the nutrients it naturally uses to signal rest. Glycine encourages neurons to slow their activity, allowing the body and mind to relax without overwhelming the system. Even small, natural dietary sources of glycine, like gelatin or bone broth, can support this process. By incorporating these foods regularly, seniors can experience a gentler, more consistent improvement in sleep quality, cognitive clarity, and overall nervous system balance. It's a practical, science-backed approach that reconnects the body with a rhythm often lost over time. Beyond gelatin, fish cartilage. While gelatin is a convenient source of glycine, fish cartilage is another remarkable option. Found in the head, spine, or fins, this chewy tissue is rich in marine collagen, which is highly bioavailable. That means your body can absorb and use glycine from fish cartilage efficiently. Once absorbed, glycine travels to critical brain areas like the hippocampus, responsible for memory, and the prefrontal cortex, which governs decision-making and emotional regulation. Research shows that adequate glycine levels help modulate glutamate, the brain's primary excitatory neurotransmitter. Too much glutamate can overstimulate neurons, creating anxiety, mental fatigue, and poor memory consolidation. By introducing fish cartilage into your diet through slow-cooked broths or soups, you provide your nervous system with a steady, natural supply of glycine that supports cognitive resilience and emotional balance. The role of bone jelly. Bone jelly, made by simmering animal bones for hours, is another natural glycine-rich food that supports brain health. The slow cooking process breaks down collagen into gelatin, creating a soft, translucent jelly packed with amino acids. For older adults, this simple dish can have profound effects on sleep and cognitive restoration. Glycine in bone jelly signals the brain to reduce neural activity at night, allowing the nervous system to calm and repair itself. Studies have shown that older adults consuming bone-derived collagen experience better sleep efficiency, fewer nighttime awakenings, and improved memory after just a few weeks. Unlike sedatives or sleep aids, bone jelly nourishes the brain's natural repair processes. A small portion before bed, about half a cup, is enough to provide a meaningful boost to the nervous system and improve overall sleep quality. How to make bone jelly. Creating bone jelly is simple, but requires patience. Use chicken necks, marrow bones, or fish heads, and simmer them slowly for 12 hours or more. The long cooking time allows collagen to break down into gelatin, releasing glycine into the broth. Add a splash of vinegar and a pinch of salt to enhance flavor and aid in nutrient extraction, but avoid heavy spices or garlic at night, as they can be stimulating. Once prepared, bone jelly can be eaten cold as a soft custard or slightly warmed into a light broth. Consistent nightly intake is key. Even a small serving becomes a gentle, reliable signal to your nervous system that it's time to slow down and rest. Over time, this simple ritual can improve both sleep quality and cognitive clarity. The science behind glycine and brain health. Glycine's effects extend beyond sleep. It helps regulate microglial activity, the immune cells in the brain, reducing inflammation and protecting neurons from damage. This is particularly important for seniors, as brain inflammation contributes to mental fatigue, memory loss, and restless sleep. By supporting both neuronal signaling and brain immunity, glycine creates the conditions for more restorative sleep and improved cognitive performance. Over weeks of consistent use, the brain learns a healthier rhythm. Sleep becomes deeper, mornings clearer, and daytime thinking steadier. Unlike medications, glycine doesn't force sleep. It supports natural processes, allowing the nervous system to rebuild and restore itself organically. This makes it a powerful tool for long-term brain health. Creating a simple evening routine. To maximize glycine's benefits, combine it with a calm, predictable evening routine. After dinner, keep activities light and avoid heavy late-night meals. About an hour before bedtime, enjoy a small serving of gelatin cubes, bone jelly, or fish cartilage broth. Pair this with low-stimulation activities like soft music, dim lighting, or quiet reading. The goal is to signal to your brain that the day is over and it's time to repair. Consistency is key. Following this routine nightly for at least 3 weeks helps the nervous system adjust to a healthier rhythm. Over time, sleep will feel more restorative, mornings more energized, and focus steadier. This simple, intentional practice fosters both physical and cognitive well-being without complex interventions. Small changes, big impact. Even minor changes in your evening routine can create surprisingly powerful results over time. Sleep and mental clarity aren't always about grand gestures. They respond beautifully to small, intentional actions repeated consistently. One of the simplest changes you can make is to replace a typical evening snack with a serving of glycine-rich food. This is more than a small dietary tweak. It's a way to gently signal to your nervous system that the day is over and it's time to slow down. Many people notice tangible differences within the first week. Sleep becomes slightly deeper, waking interruptions diminish, and mood improves. These are subtle but meaningful shifts. By the third week, improvements in memory, focus, and emotional regulation become noticeable. This isn't about an overnight miracle. It's about giving your brain the steady, biological support it needs to reconnect with its natural, restorative processes. Consistency is the magic behind this approach. Small, repeated acts, like a nightly serving of gelatin cubes or bone broth, gradually restore balance to a nervous system that has been overstimulated for years. The effect accumulates over time, teaching your neurons how to relax at night and recover during sleep. Even if your changes seem tiny at first, they are cumulative. The nervous system responds to predictable, gentle patterns. You're creating a rhythm, a repeated signal that quiets mental chatter and supports restorative sleep. This approach shifts the focus from forcing sleep to nourishing the brain, allowing your body to heal itself in a way that feels natural and effortless. Glycine in everyday life. Glycine isn't limited to traditional or complicated recipes. Its beauty lies in simplicity and accessibility. Gelatin cubes, for instance, can be chilled in the fridge as a light, soft dessert that doubles as a brain-friendly snack. Bone jelly can be warmed into a savory broth or served cold, offering a dense source of glycine in a comforting form. Even fish cartilage, often discarded in modern cooking, can be slow-cooked in soups or stews, releasing its amino acids in a form that the body can easily absorb. For those who prefer modern convenience, dissolving high-quality gelatin or collagen powder into herbal teas or smoothies provides a gentle, effective alternative. The key isn't complexity, it's consistency. Returning to natural dietary sources allows the body to receive glycine, along with other essential amino acids, minerals, and nutrients that contribute to long-term nervous system and brain health. Unlike supplements, food provides a full spectrum of compounds that work synergistically, nourishing the brain and supporting multiple physiological processes at once. By integrating these foods into your daily evening routine, you create a ritual that's both enjoyable and deeply restorative. The routine becomes more than a meal. It becomes an act of care for your body and mind, supporting cognitive resilience and overall well-being over weeks and months. The broader benefits of glycine. Glycine offers benefits far beyond improving sleep. Its calming effect on neurons helps regulate the nervous system, creating a state in which the body can perform essential maintenance while resting. Glycine also contributes to liver detoxification, supporting the natural removal of toxins accumulated during the day. It plays a role in regulating blood sugar overnight, preventing spikes or drops that can disrupt sleep, and even supports skin elasticity, making it a multi-purpose nutrient that influences both internal and external health. Its effects on neural activity extend to emotional resilience, memory retention, and cognitive flexibility, supporting clearer thinking and steadier moods. These benefits are cumulative, developing gradually with regular nightly intake. Over time, the nervous system adapts, becoming more resilient and better able to manage stress, maintain focus, and process information efficiently. Glycine-rich foods aren't just a bedtime ritual. They are a gentle strategy for enhancing overall health, particularly for adults seeking long-term, sustainable support. By embracing these natural sources of glycine, you address multiple aspects of well-being simultaneously. The quality of sleep, the restoration of neural pathways, and the overall ability of your brain to function at its best. Reconnecting with traditional wisdom. For generations, cultures around the world have understood the restorative value of glycine-rich foods. From Japan to Scandinavia, slow-cooked broths made from bones or cartilage weren't just consumed for joint health or skin, they were also valued for their ability to calm the mind and support mental clarity during periods of stress. In these cultures, fish heads, cartilage, and bone broths were considered essential foods, especially during long winters or times of physical and mental fatigue. Modern research now supports what traditional diets have long known. Studies confirm measurable improvements in sleep quality, memory consolidation, and cognitive resilience when glycine-rich foods are regularly consumed. By reintroducing these foods into contemporary routines, we reconnect with both history and biology. There's a certain rhythm to these traditional practices, a slow, deliberate approach that encourages nourishment and restoration. When we bring these habits into our modern lives, we create tangible benefits: calmer nights, more focused mornings, and a nervous system that feels nourished rather than overstimulated. This connection between ancestral wisdom and modern science underscores a timeless truth. The foods that sustained generations before us continue to support brain health and overall vitality today. Consistency is the secret. The key to unlocking glycine's benefits is consistency. Sporadic intake may provide fleeting relief, but lasting effects come from nightly repetition. By making a small habit, half a cup of bone jelly, a few gelatin cubes, or a bowl of fish cartilage broth, a regular part of your evening, you provide your nervous system with the signals it needs to slow down, repair, and reset. Over weeks, this repeated practice creates a predictable rhythm in the brain, allowing neurons to recalibrate and the nervous system to restore its natural capacity for deep, restorative sleep. Patience is central to this process. Improvement doesn't happen all at once. Instead, it builds gradually. Week by week, the nervous system becomes more attuned to rest. Nighttime awakenings become fewer, sleep depth increases, and daytime cognitive function stabilizes. This demonstrates that nourishment, routine, and gentle signals can be far more effective than short-term interventions or attempts to force sleep. Small, intentional acts of care, repeated consistently over time, produce the lasting outcomes that many adults over 60 are seeking. A gentle invitation to better sleep. This approach is about working with the body, not against it. Glycine-rich foods act as a soft, reliable signal that neurons can quiet down, making sleep more restorative without the need for medications or artificial aids. Integrating gelatin, bone jelly, and fish cartilage into your nightly routine is a practical, science-backed method to create the ideal conditions for brain repair. These foods don't knock you out. They support the nervous system's natural rhythm, allowing sleep to become deep, nourishing, and consistent. By committing to a gentle evening routine, your nervous system gradually relearns how to rest and reset. Over time, this fosters a natural rhythm of restorative sleep, supporting both physical and cognitive well-being. Nights become calmer, mornings clearer, and the mind more focused. It's a reminder that true healing often comes quietly, through consistent, thoughtful practices that respect the body's natural processes. Glycine-rich foods allow the nervous system to recover and flourish, proving that small, gentle interventions can have profound effects. Conclusion: reclaiming rest and clarity. If restless nights, mental fog, or racing thoughts have become familiar companions, it's important to remember your brain is not broken. It has remarkable capacity for repair and restoration, even later in life. By incorporating glycine-rich foods like gelatin cubes, bone jelly, and fish cartilage into your evening routine, you send a clear message to your nervous system that it's time to slow down and recover. Combined with calm, intentional habits, dim lighting, quiet reflection, or a relaxing beverage, these small adjustments create a sustainable path to better sleep, improved memory, and greater mental clarity. Healing doesn't need to be complicated or rushed. It can happen slowly, gently, and profoundly, quietly transforming your nights and days. Each evening ritual becomes a nourishing act, supporting your nervous system and reinforcing the brain's natural capacity to rest, reset, and rebuild. Over time, you'll notice the effects: calmer nights, sharper mornings, and a renewed sense of balance. This is a reminder that care, consistency, and intentional nourishment are powerful tools for maintaining cognitive health, emotional well-being, and overall vitality.